I'm black. I make collard greens. Now you see what I'm saying about this. Now, as I said on my live on Instagram Sunday morning, was simple. Take your feelings out of all of this shit over a picture, and I need you to understand that the track record is what we look at. And you know what I'm saying, Thomas. You know exactly what I'm saying, brother. Now, the people of California, I have some people who I follow from California who have all said she sucked at her job. Now, I want to know why people ain't got the same smoke that they had for me on my post, and they ain't got shit to say to Joe Brown, Judge Joe Brown, who, well, he said, I know her work, and I know how she got there. So how come we ain't jumping down his throat? I want to know. I want answers.
Okay, so what's good, everybody?
What's crazy intro? Crazy intro.
Okay, so yeah. What's good, everybody? It's your homeboy. We on another edition of the Black Service Podcast. And today I have two special people with me. I got my homeboy, Mr. Mike on the mic. And I have a good friend of mine, Miss Maddie, down below. Once she unmutes her mic. So I had to find some different people for my panel today because it's you got to get a difference of opinion. Mm-hmm. When you certain things, you got to get you really got to get a difference of opinion. So, I kind of want to. I don't know if everybody will be able to see it because I want to be able to pull it up. And I'm not gonna. Can I? Should be able to. I wanted to pull something up, but you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the messages because I do remember you and I we were conversating about a couple of things.
Yes,
but
sir. I'm still here, man.
So let's the first thing I kind of do want to talk about, and it's I don't know how to take it. So I sent you a video, and I'm going to pull it up on my thing and pull it up on here. But it's a video of this child, I guess, spitting on her father.
Oh yes, I've seen that video.
And it's been pretty big. It's been a big thing. I've even seen a couple of people, really talking about it. So, let's see. I don't know if he'll be able to share on here. But let's see. Can you see it on your side? Because I tried to share it on the screen.
I can see it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let
me just read the camera for a minute. I'm still here. Still here, man. Muted for a quick second.
Give me the phone. What is she doing? No! She's being very rebellious. What are you getting attitude? Shut up. Who are you talking to? Babe. Who's this kid? This kid's really just my face tonight. Scarlett, who are you talking to? You. Who are you talking to? Huh? Really, who are you talking to? Did you just say shut up? Did you just say shut up to me just now? I'm talking to you. Did you just spit on me just now? Yes. Are you You do that. I'm gonna hurt her. What are you doing? Grab it. I'm gonna do a hug. I got it. She spit in my face, not yours. You should not be dealing with it on the anger. She just spit in my face, right? You need to calm down.
All right, so I'm gonna let I'm gonna let my homie Maddie speak first because I just want to hear what she's. I don't know. I think me and her had this conversation before too, but I'm gonna let her speak first, and I want to hear what she's gonna say.
That's unacceptable. I think I would have just smacked her. Because those are, I don't know. As a kid, you grew up knowing if you spit on someone, that's a fight automatically.
So let me ask you: Do you feel like kids nowadays don't? I mean, because I guess we all see, you know, how disrespectful kids can be. So I guess the question becomes: Is it easy for a man, or let's say the roles are reversed, and let's say it's a woman? How easy is it for them to be a step parent in that child's life, especially possibly having to deal with stuff like
that? I mean, as a step parent, I ain't never been a step parent. I'm just a parent. But me being with someone, I wouldn't allow my kids to spit in someone's face. Bottom line. I'm not going to let them beat them with a belt. Maybe not that, but I'd probably do it myself.
Brother man, what's your take on that? Because
Well, all right. Being a step parent, coming at, my wife don't play that shit with the kids. Pardon my French.
Mm-hmm.
It would never get to that level where I was getting spit on, but if I did, I want, man, I have to walk away because I know that those aren't my children biologically, but knowing my mouth, there probably would be some words that would come out that would put the fear of God, because that's just unacceptable. And as Maddie said, we were raised where if you spit on somebody, well, you better be able to knuckle up because that's a fight. And if a stepchild is being that disrespectful, you gotta go back and look at where it's coming from, and who's orchestrating it, and why is it being orchestrated.
I feel the same way. And Maddie and you, Mike, Maddie most definitely. Me and her had multiple conversations on this topic. She'll know what I'm talking about. I've been through the same thing, and it's one of those things that, even if you as an individual take yourself out of the equation, you realize if that type of behavior doesn't get fixed right then and there, you're basically sending potential wolves out to more wolves to be what? You know what I'm saying? Like, some stuff got to stop at some particular point.
Well, it's that old saying, man.
It's one of those things that you can't. I get you. I get you, because it's one of those things that you want to be that person that delivers tough love, but I guess at the same time, if you're not a person, if you're a step parent who kind of doesn't have children, I guess some things can be a little bit more heavy-handed than or taken in a certain way. Maybe looked at in a certain light. No, I won't say all the time, but a good majority of the time. But it's I don't know. It's one of those hard. Like, I can't fathom. No, I can, but I don't know what I would do in that situation. I wouldn't even know how to react, because it's like,
it's a shock.
How do you deal with something like that? That's like, okay, let's say
Well, you know
I
what?
know.
When I saw
I
that,
know the answer.
you know what, Thomas? When
I
I
know
saw
the
that
answer both of
video,
y'all would give. Mm-hmm.
when I saw that
Go ahead.
video, at first I'm like, this got to be staged, but that spit ain't staged. I was like, oh no, 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 no. And my initial thought was like, you got to die, kid. You know, like you ain't gonna spit on me. And I've seen, you know, as being working in education, I've seen step parents get treated like shit, and I've seen some step parents get treated like they're godly. And to the step parents who get treated like shit, a lot of it stems from the lack of the kid being checked by the biological parent or parents.
And
So
that's true too. And I hate to say it, I feel sometimes that depending on how the mother really feels about the step parent or how, we'll stick with that, how they feel about the step parent.
yeah,
Sometimes the kids are the instruments to pushing them out. And I know that firsthand, right? Sometimes the kids are the instrument to push you out because what you probably would tolerate from an adult, you won't tolerate from a child. And if you can't beat that child or whoop that child or whatever, you discipline that child the way that you see fit, oh yeah, you because I feel like sometimes parents, what you'll do for one person, you won't do for the other, or what you won't do for one person, you'll do for the other, depending on circumstances. So it's really the parents. You gotta blame the parents. You gotta blame the
but you know
parents
what?
because I can't. Go on ahead.
No, I was gonna say because you know sometimes the step parent is just a figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a figurehead. They're just there with the title, but the respect ain't there. Now, in my situation, my wife from day one was like, "We're, you know, he's a part of the family." Is you know, I went from being Mike to dad. So, and I've been dad for the last 16 years. So there's always that level of what this, like my wife ain't she ain't that she's not that woman that's like this is what we ain't gonna do, but she'll simply say, hey, well we don't do that. And the kids understand. I'm not just a figurehead here. So some in some instances we see this all the time where the step parent is just a figurehead. If it's a man that has custody of his children, that woman got an uphill battle to climb because not only is she fighting the kids, but if the mother's still connected, she got to fight the mother too. Because now, if the mother ain't wrapped too tight because she's caught up in her bullshit feelings, she's telling them kids, well, you ain't that woman ain't shit to you until after I die. You know, in other instances, the stepmother and the biological mother are working as a team. Like, oh, what he say to you? Oh yeah, get his ass. And that whole video right there of I got it, you ain't got jack squat, lady. Because soon as you seen that spit on your man, you should have been disciplining that kid.
Yeah.
I just can't. I couldn't do it. I just can't. You couldn't spit on
No,
me and
that's
tell me
crazy.
like I like I let it. I got stories for days, and I'm not gonna go through that. But what I will say is, no, because look, listen,
I
y'all, you two, listen, you two know me, y'all two know me, so it's a little when I hey, when you
that's
say
why
when
I'm
you tell a person
laughing.
you got stories for days, and then
That's why I'm
everybody
laughing.
you can't do that. So for me, I realize it becomes a point where you almost it's almost like you want to give up on those. Let me rephrase that. Before I say something I don't want to say. it makes you sometimes reevaluate as far as being in the dating world, wanting to talk to somebody. Like I'll second guess. I would second guess myself wanting to go down the line to date somebody who has kids, whether it's 1, 2. I'm more prone to finding somebody that doesn't have kids or just being a Buddhist monk. Like at this point. So like, let me ask, do you think that maybe, because I know I'm not the only person that feels like that or thinks like that, but I also feel like that stigma can change. What changes do you think would need to be shown for that to maybe not be the case?
You know what's tough about that whole situation is the fact that so many of us have gone through things like this that when we see that video, it kind of like it lights that fire under you, and it makes you really look at the state of the world as it is. Like, how is it that a child can sit there and disrespect an adult who's not disrespecting them, and do it in such a vile nature? And to be honest with you, that man showed enough restraint because he has a lot of. You can tell he's got a lot of love for the mother, and he's got a lot of love for that kid. But at the same time, you can see where he wanted to be like, man, I'm about to snuff you out. We about to go have a private funeral in the backyard, and everyone be asking what happened to her. There's a candlelight visual in the backyard. Come join us at 6.
Oh my God.
And it's not for the fish.
I heard Mike. I heard Mike Epps say the best. He said, "Man, motherfucker, Tisha, I had to knock motherfucking her ass between that goddamn washer and dryer. She thought she could get fresh with me. I had to knock her ass between that washer, and that's exactly what happened. She was right in between that goddamn washer and dryer.
Yep, feet sticking out the back.
I think what I think a lot of us are missing, and I advocate for it, but I kind of try not to. I feel like there's an alternative way to do things. Do it. I'm the first. I ain't gonna stand up here and perpetrate. I'm the first one to say, "Yo, go get the gun. Just go get the gun. Don't get the belt. Don't get nothing else.
No, get the belt.
Go get that gun.
Why are you gonna handle so fast?
Get the belt. It's a kid. Get the belt."
No, listen. I'm on that everybody hates Chris shit. You got that briefcase. You got the belt for this occasion. Got the belt. I take that belt all the way to where there's the gun and the belt. That's how we take it. Because reality, because nowadays, listen. Look, because nowadays you have to do it like that, and it sounds extreme, but think about it like this, Mike, and think about it like this, Maddie. Okay. All of us here are of different ages, but I know I'm 36. I know when I was a kid, first of all, we believed in a thing called it takes a village to raise a child. So if Miss Perkins next door saw me, I don't know, peeing next to Miss Sally's porch or whatever, she whoops my ass. Then her husband whoops my ass. Then she tells Miss Sally that I peed on her porch and all that other mess. Miss Sally whoops my behind. Her husband whoops my behind. And then by the time I get home, my ass is so sore I can't sit down. But guess what? Wait, there's more. It comes with your grandma and then everybody else in the house. And don't let your aunt be in the house. Don't let your aunts from out of town come. Don't let them know that you're getting your ass. Like, just the point is, it took a village to raise a child, bro.
Hey, I got a question.
Hand raised.
I got a question.
Hand raised. What's going on?
Oh, I know the answer. I know the answer. 2 + 2 is 6. No, you're wrong. My bad. Hey, but what if the village is half dumb?
You
Damn.
gotta stick with the ones that are half smart. Shit.
Damn.
You gotta stick with the ones that are half smart. Now I know
It
what
has
you
some
want to ask
kind
me.
of sense.
How do you know which ones are half smart? The only
Right?
thing you
Because but you said it though.
which ones that are half smart is take them horses to the water, see which ones of them motherfuckers drink. Now
Right.
you see which ones drink, leave them motherfuckers alone, and you take them ones that didn't drink and had a mind of their own. Like, I ain't tell you to bring me down here. I wasn't thirsty. You
Right.
leave them motherfuckers that down there by that water drinking out of that trough. You leave their ass right down there. That's how you find out which one was half dumb and who.
Yeah.
Because we living in that particular type of society. We're living in that type of era. We're living in that type of day and age. And you know, sometimes you got to learn to agree to disagree.
Yes, sir.
But with that whole entire situation, and I'm gonna switch over to the next topic. That whole entire situation, I just as a parent, I just couldn't see. Tisha would have been right in between that damn. She would have been in between every goddamn closet there.
Let me tell you something. If one of my sons disrespected my wife, his stepmother, they'd deal with, man.
Oh hell.
It'd be some. Look, there'd be some slow singing and flower bringing, because I'm gonna let them know the same respect you want me to give your biological mother who sat there shitting on me. Man, you better reciprocate that same love and respect over here under my roof over here. And that's where we got the problem. And I know we got to transition to the next topic. But I'm gonna say this: as men, when we don't get the opportunity to discipline because somebody deems us to be a little too harsh, this is why these young boys run around here talking reckless and out of their mouths. And let me tell you something. This past school year, I had a few kids talking about they wanted to fight me. I was like,
damn right. Let's go.
I was like, you ready? I said, because I'm gonna let you know when these grown man hands get on you. I said, you might get a few punches in. I said, I'm gonna eat them too. I said, but I'm gonna let you know. They're gonna be looking for you. They're gonna be looking to rearrange your insides. We're gonna have to fix your stomach, your liver, all your guts. Now I told this one boy, I said, you might pull that shit off in your mama's house. But I said, this ain't your mama's house. I said, so I'm gonna let you know. You get upset because you can't do something here, and I'm telling you not to do it. I need you to really reevaluate your business decision before you sign off on it. Because that executive order is going to allow me to whoop the natural black off your ass. As I told you.
That $20, right?
Huh?
I said, I still owe you that $20, right? I got it on for you right now. Cash that nigga, right?
Hey, like I told him, look, I said to tell the young man, I said, look, don't get the light skin confused. I said, I will have you out here dressed up as a sheep selling out that raw food to them lions disguised as lambs. I said, that's all you are. So you lamb for the slaughter. Come on now, little boy. I said, now and I told him, I told his friends, I said, yo, y'all got to check your boy. One of them said, man, he be acting like this at home. I said, well, the bully shit stops here. And let me tell you something, that kid didn't say 2 words to me for the rest of the school year, wouldn't even look my way. If he saw me, he'd go the opposite way and be late for class. Till I told his teacher why he's late for class. She said, oh, well, sounds like a personal problem to me. As I told the boy, you 6'2", 150 pounds. I'm between 5'10" and 5'11", 260 pounds. I said, now we can do this all day. I said, but I'm here to slaughter you. I said, but then I'm the type of dude too, where I'll pick you up and say, it's okay. It's okay. We all get roughed up in life, but now this is a lesson learned, so let's move forward. Okay, Junior?
There it is.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. I can't stand. I don't like the way things are going in society, where The village wants to be there, but the village is scared. The village is afraid to be there because they don't want the repercussions from an ignorant ass parent who doesn't understand. We're trying to get your child to do the right thing, but we need you to hop on. And I don't blame some of the parents because they're out here getting killed because they took their kid's cell phone away.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I don't know. My kids would give me their phone when I asked for it.
I hate to say this because I love this song. This was what made me a great American back in the 99 into the 2000s. That song fucked up a lot of people though, bro. Like, hey, look, all jokes aside, that song fucked up a lot of people, and that I think a lot of the music. You know what? That's a topic for another day. I'm not even gonna get
Benny,
because I already know I'm gonna run down a rabbit hole with that, and I don't want to get. I don't want to veer off topic, but I know music at some particular point. Music shifted and became more weaponized than it did liberating to some degree.
frequencies, Thomas, frequencies, man. We had that conversation about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I know that. Like I said, that's a conversation. I forget what. Now I'm about to think about what movie it was. It was some crazy mess that I was just watching. Oh, this TV show called Evil. And basically, it was this one episode where the girls were walking around humming this song, humming this tune, and nobody could figure out why it was catchy or whatever. And what ended up happening was they broke up. Something happened, and it was because of the frequency that it was under. It was something that only teenagers were capable of hearing. So, like, you could play it.
I'm still here.
Somebody like me, I'm not going to hear the distorted message in it, but they probably would. And I really sat there and was like, they really doing stuff like that? But then I had to come back. I had to come back and be like, you know what? They don't put stuff in TV just for nothing, bro. At some particular point, I don't know. I feel like you just got to pay attention to certain stuff. It sounds crazy at first, but it's just too. I don't know.
It's not.
I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Like,
But that they do a lot to the kids, man. They do a lot to the kids. You're right. The music is a big part of it, but also a lot of stuff starts at home. And if you don't, if you have, let's say, okay, perfect world, kids are coming from a two-parent household, and both parents, they're home, but they're not home. Meaning, they're interested because of their schedules. They both have to work 2 jobs. Depending on the age of the kids, you might have one parent home at night, one home during the day, or both are, they got enough time to go pick the kids up, go drop them off at mom's house or auntie's house. So these kids aren't always getting the actual, they're getting taught lessons, depending on how old the aunt is or whoever's watching them. So if you have an old school, if your aunt's an old school lady, she's going to instill old school value. And so we've seen those kids, yes, mom, yes, dad, they know I ain't crossing that line. But we know a lot of kids, man, you're a punk if you fail your parents, man, shit, man, you ain't no real. I'm like, man, I've heard so many kids say that mess. I'm like, yo, don't get this kid hemmed up because you ain't got no real parents at home. They just let you do what you want to do. But anyway, man, I don't know what your next topic is, but I'm ready for it.
Oh, well, this is okay. So I found the video that I was telling you about, and so I want you to brace yourself, sir, because I know how excited you might get due to the nature of it. Let me go ahead and pull it up.
Oh, okay. I want my child. He is calm. I would like my child. I've talked to Chief Vasquez. I'm recording this right now. This is my child. He has special needs. They were refusing to let him out until they saw I was recording. Oh, you take my kid too.
Come here, babe.
What is wrong?
Come
You're
here.
not in trouble. You're going to come with me and we're going to talk. You know what? I'm going to tell you right now, you didn't do anything. Come here. You and I are going to talk.
The police have just threw up shades at me.
I know they did.
I almost got arrested for that.
You and I are going to talk and you're going to tell me exactly what happened. Because I guarantee you were probably telling them you were mad. And it probably took another 40 minutes before anyone listened to you. Come on. Let's go. You're going to come home with me, Deepa. Let's go. Where's Miss Lehman? Because I don't want to talk to anyone but her. Okay, so the principal, again, not here willing to talk to the mother of this child. Where's my son's stuff? How am I going to find out what really happened? Am I going to see the camera? Am I going to get documentation of a report? How am I going to know what really happened today? No information from admin once again. Yes. Come on. I know. Yep. Where's my child?
Oh, okay.
I want my child. He is calm. I would like my child. I've talked to Chief Vasquez. I am recording this right now. This is my child. He has special needs. They are refusing to let him out until they saw I was recording. It's how you treat my kid too, I bet. Anthony, come on.
So let me.
What is wrong?
So I know, bro. I already know you got a lot to say about it. So I'm gonna let you take the floor.
Ooh. All right, man. I wish I had a shot of yak, but I don't. But I'll start with this one. They wrongfully detained the child. If he's not a threat to himself or anybody else, he should not have been locked in the room. Second of all, you can already tell that they're suppressing evidence. The fact that they had the SRO, which is the police officer, the student relations officer, sitting over there watching the door like the kid's a menace. There's so much to this that I just, by looking at that, I can tell the school is already in a world of shit. Because as she stated, you weren't going to do shit until I started recording. So the fact that the mother knows this, she's been through this before with her child and is probably going at this same school. The fact that she asked for documentation, she wants visual proof, which means if she gets a lawyer, they're going to have to give her or her lawyer the video evidence. And like she said, it took them 40 minutes to figure out what he was angry about because they don't know how to de-escalate the situation, which means they don't have any RBTs, registered behavioral therapists on site, or anyone that knows how to work with the special needs population. So there you have one of the biggest problems with teaching today is you have teachers' assistants or teachers who are not equipped in handling children with autism. They're not, and sometimes it's not their own fault because special ed doesn't give the teacher access to seeing the child's IEP, the individual education plan. So that way they don't know how to actually work with the child, de-escalate the situation if it comes up, because, well, once again, administrators, the administrator, the principal herself or himself, in these cases, they're the only ones trained, along with the vice principals, to do any type of restraint training or de-escalation. So that situation right there could have been easily alleviated if the teacher was actually trained properly. And more than likely, she wasn't trained. And I've never had my child or any of my children locked in a room. Because if they had them locked in a room, you would have seen some shit. Now, in the 17 years I've been a step parent, I've had to come up to get my oldest son, Evan, who's autistic, nonverbal. I've had to come up to school to get him twice. But the way they handled it was like, all right, they let him walk, but they had somebody out there who knew him and could work with him. So they were trained. Some schools encourage the training, go out and get that extra training. Go out there and take those classes if you can. If not, cool. We have someone that can help you with the situation. But that there's uncalled for, man. I'm sorry. That's uncalled for. You don't lock no kid up in no classroom because you can't handle them. If you can't handle them, then go find another fucking profession.
Patty, what's your thoughts on the tape?
I mean, shit. I felt bad for the kid. I mean, I would never know how to work with an autistic kid. But obviously, I'm not a teacher. I'm not in school. But that is, I definitely don't think that's the way to handle it. They shouldn't have locked him in. They should have had someone that would have been able to, talk to him and see like what made you mad, or if you were telling them, you were able to ask the questions that would have helped him and would have been able to help him to see, like what was making him angry. Like, I don't know. That's horrible. That's
when I first seen it, I
mean, that's the first time I seen that video. So.
Oh wow, yeah, it surfaced on my page, and when I had seen it, it kind of upsetted me because it's just you just don't do. There's things you just don't do, and then there's things you just don't do to people. Despite you know what I'm saying, despite their downfalls or despite their needs, there's just certain things you just don't do. And again, like the brother said, you get educated in that, and you learn how to de-escalate the situation. You learn how to you educate yourself. I mean, I'm not even gonna continuously say learn. You educate yourself, because if you don't know it, then you just don't know. Like if you don't know how to do something, you learn. You educate yourself, and I feel like that whole situation could have been maybe a tad bit worse, because as you can hear in the video, the kid is already telling you like he's already scared not to want to go because he feels like he's done something, he's in trouble. So somebody's already placed it in his mind or said something to him to make him feel like that. Like
the police was outside.
And my thing is, when you have these SROs in your building, they need to be told the population of the school and what the population consists of. So that way they know, okay, look, so we have special needs kids. Can I get access to that IEP so I can read on who they are? I understand that about HIPAA, all the privacy and all that stuff. Let them sign off on it. Let them read. Oh, this is how you. This is how you handle them. These are what we use as reinforcers. So that way we get the kids to be able to do what they need to do and comply when a situation arises. Sorry, it's just shit like that. Pardon me, stuff like that really it pisses me off, because here's the deal. And let me just say this, right? I've seen it from both sides. If that was a young black child, that kid would have been hemmed up and handcuffed and deemed a threat. This kid's just locked in the room and able to walk around freely. No one in there. There's just someone outside the door. You dig? How many videos have we seen where a little kid just saying, "No, I don't want to do it." Talking about they're arresting them for whatever reason and handcuffing a young child. Get out of here with that nonsense. There's just too much to this, man. There's too much. Too much.
Way too much. Like I said, that right there. It's disgusting when you think about it. It's a little sad that we live in. Because I guarantee you, they don't do that in other countries. Now I don't know what they do in other countries, so I don't want to play the speculation or they do this or
right.
But if you go to other countries, they got a country where if you go in their prison, they let their inmates out and to hang out with their families on the weekends and have a whole tea and crumpets set outside. Like,
Man, that's why I say other countries, they got it right. America ain't got jack shit right.
and that's a point that I'm making. Because we yeah.
Nah, that
You
situation could have
don't.
been handled way better.
Yeah, I agree.
Because all it takes is to sit there. Okay, you see the kid. He's starting to escalate. Whatever behavior he's doing is it's starting to pick up. And before it gets to that breaking point, someone should have been able to step in and say, "Hey, such and such, what's wrong? Talk to me. Let's go for a walk. Come on, let's take a walk." Persuade him to take that walk and ask him, "So what? How can we handle this? What can we do to make it better for you?" So that way we can not to sit there and appease and you gotta let them think that they're winning. That's why I had to learn working with kids. Let them think that they're winning the situation. Figure out, hey, all right, so this is what's going on. Now you report back to the administrators and the teacher and let them know this is what's going on. This is why this happened. Do. Now you got your ducks in the row, and now it's up to the administrators and the behavioral in the special ed department and whoever the behavior coach is to sit down and come up with a plan. Because if the current plan ain't working, now you got to bring mom in and sit down, or mom and dad or whomever, and you redo the IEP. The behavioral plan needs to be changed. So that's where I stand on that.
At the end of the day, it's a sad and unfortunate video. It's a sad and unfortunate situation, and quite frankly, it shouldn't have happened to begin with. But I don't want to say it is for what it is, but it is for what it is. You just got to be better. We just got to we have to be better, and we have to want to learn things. None of that should have happened. Especially if you're in school, you need to be trained on things like that. That's I'm done with that. Anyway, but I'm gonna get to the meat and the potatoes. I don't know how everybody feels when it comes to this upcoming race, presidential election. I see that it's already dividing people. I won't say dividing people, but okay.
Yeah.
I know it's dividing people. So let me play something that I when I first woke up and I jumped on Instagram, this was the first thing that popped up, and it kind of made me think. So I'm gonna play it real quick.
All right.
Let's talk about Kamala Harris.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
I'm gonna now code switch. Let me talk to you about Kamala Harris because she is my girl. These streets is talking, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm finna go vote for Kamala Harris right now. So I just want to make sure my Black listeners know that they should vote for her. And apparently the only way they can understand why they should vote for her is if I speak in Ebonics. So again, I'm gonna just keep that going. Girl, whew, thank goodness we have upon us a strong Black candidate. So here's the deal. You have Kamala Harris, and she was throughout her entire political life a very proud Indian woman. And that makes sense because in case you didn't know this, Kamala Harris, despite being some percentage of Black, her father is not fully Black, her mother is fully Indian. She grew up with just her mother because her parents divorced when she was either very young. You know, she wouldn't have quite memory of her father. That's why she doesn't speak about her Black father. So it is an absolute absurdity to suggest that Kamala Harris grew up in an environment where she was being impacted by Black culture. I'll show you a couple of pictures of her, by the way, growing up. And there she is. This is her as an adult, obviously, with her mother, and perhaps, I'm guessing, her sister, not entirely sure. Here is another photo of Kamala Harris with her mother, and her mother looks very Indian to me. Her mother looks like Princess Jasmine, exactly like Princess Jasmine's hairstyle, right? Here she is. Yep, traditional Indian upbringing that Kamala Harris had. And I want to be clear, Kamala Harris, like I said, loved being an Indian woman because it helped her when she was running for various positions. And when she became a senator, she got to applaud the fact that she was the first Indian American. She was so proud of her heritage as an Indian her entire life. I'm just going to jog your memory by showing you just a couple of clips of how the news covered her, because this is how she was running. Take a listen.
California's Kamala Harris is the first Indian American U.S. senator.
And California's Attorney General Kamala Harris has scripted history as she won the U.S. Senate seat from the state, becoming the first Indian American to achieve this feat.
And certainly could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
I think she was speaking a different language. She's very excited. Anyways, that was Kamala Harris before she found out that she had to go black. She had to go black. And that is what has to happen if you want to secure the Black vote and you're a Democratic candidate. They're not even updating the manuscript. I respect it. They are like, okay, what do we do every 4 years? They're like, okay, first find a Black person that dies in the hand of police. Got it. Done. Talk about that person and talk about police brutality. Got it. Done. Who we got? We got Sonia Massey. Okay, we're going to start talking about her, get them all fired up. Do some headlines against Black conservatives, go after cancers. Okay, great. Got it. Done. What's next? We need you to just go black. Can you do that? Yes. What do I have to do to be black? Well, you got to find some rappers to say, like, you know, you're black, because that's how you become black, by the way. Apparently, you just have to have a couple of rappers shout you out in the right way, because, you know, Eminem shouted me out in the other way. The rappers, I guess, are doing the check now of who's allowed to be black and who's not allowed to be black. And so it makes perfect sense since Joe Biden, I know she probably wanted to call Cardi B, but, you know, they were like, oh, we already used Cardi B in 2020 to get Joe Biden elected. And then Joe Biden didn't speak about Cardi B for 4 years, definitely didn't hit her up, call her for any advice. It might be too hot right now. If we hit her back up, let's try somebody similar to her or someone that she's friends with. Megan Thee Stallion. And you know that she was like, who is Megan the Stallion? What is that? Like at the Kentucky Derby? Voting on a horse? No. Megan Thee Stallion. She's like one half of the hip hop WAP duo. And she's like, okay, whatever, get on the phone. And they said, Megan, the White House is calling and we have a woman who's now black. So no black experiences. Definitely wasn't getting her head popped by the brush like the rest of us were. She has no idea what that means. She doesn't even get that. So we're talking about moving your head.
I'm just going to say because I know it's pretty long.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask this as a question to both of you. When it comes to politicians, I guess, do y'all look at their policies or do y'all look at who it is running for presidency?
I check for policy. But I also check their track record. And I also check to see the state of my community while they're running. You know, what have they done as a senator? What have they done as a congressman? And all I gotta do is look around. If I see that everything's still in the same state of decay, then I'm gonna have to start making an educational and logical decision on who I'm going to vote for.
Is it safe to kind of say that we sit and we fall for the gimmicks and the bullshit, and then when we realize that the person that we pick isn't going to do what they said they were going to do. We all kind of feel a certain type of way. Do you think this is going to be one of those types of particular situations? I kind of feel it happens all the time, but like each time it's a tad bit more impactful, but it's not like for the ones who know, like it's one of those if you know type thing. And it's like,
right.
You know, you look shocked about it, but I wasn't shocked about it. Like, do you feel like it's going to be something like that?
Yeah, yeah. Because I think a lot of folks, once again, and this is my whole point when I was going live on, I posted the picture, is the fact that one, emotions play a part in who you're going to vote for. People are so emotionally invested in who they want to vote for that they can't get past this person's track record. Second, our people always fall for the okey doke because now she want to sit up there talking about I make collard greens. People ask me make collard greens, all that shit. Same thing Hillary did when she busted out the hot sauce out of the purse. Now we all know a lot of us sitting up there, man. I told you, man. She down. No, the fuck. Stop with the bullshit. Because if you go on her page, you go on Harris's page, her campaign page, there's nothing that talks about policies. There's nothing that talks about an agenda. It's just about donate money. Donate money.
I'm about to look that up since you're saying that because I heard something different today, but
what'd you hear?
I don't.
No, I heard, she. So me and another person, we were talking about how I was talking about her policies in California. They were telling me how, well, if people were doing what they were supposed to be doing, she, she did her job pretty much. So I sat there and I'm like, for me, I'm not going to keep if I keep watching video after video, research my own videos on YouTube, and everybody damn near says the same. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm not even going to talk no more because I actually have a clip. Not a clip. It's a.
Hold on, I'm gonna flip this around for a minute. Can you see that's her campaign page?
Same thing. Matter of fact, let me share that because that's the same thing on my page, and I'm just like, bro, first of all, who's donating $25? Who's donating $47? That's just an odd donation.
Odd numbers.
That's weird.
And then on top of that, let's get to that $5,000. But once again, now think about that. What did she get? People like to lie about the numbers. So I think it was in a day they got something like $400 some odd thousand or something like that. So for me, and before I had to make this disclaimer like over the weekend, before anybody sit up there and say I'm a sexist or this, that, and the third, right? I asked, what does she stand for? What is she standing on? Okay, everyone, she didn't lock up 1,000 black men, but I'm like, but she damn near put an innocent man to death.
Hold on, wait a minute. That might be the guy that was talking. Hold on. So let me.
I'm suggesting people vote for whoever they feel like, but be wise about who you vote for. You know, like, okay, I say, find out. I want to know what her policies really are. What does she stand for? Don't just give me the usual climate change. What are you going to do for the people?
Damn. Like,
All
I
right.
don't know, man.
Let's see. Hold on. I pulled something up here. So, immigration. Harris took several progressive stances on immigration when she sought the Democratic presidential nomination in 2020. She wanted immigrants who were in the country illegally to be eligible for government health care, and she wanted to decriminalize border crossings. Okay, let's see. What else? What else did she stand up? When Harris became Biden's vice president, the administration unraveled some of Trump's harshest immigration policies, and Harris worked on improving conditions in Central America countries to reduce the flow of migrants towards the United States. However, illegal crossings reached historic levels, creating a political crisis for the White House. Republicans have blamed Harris for failures to secure the border, but I'm looking for the damn policies. This is great. Nice website, whoever just put this up, but give me the policies. Abortion. Okay. Ever since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade 2 years ago, Biden and Harris have emphasized the need to restore nationwide abortion rights. The goal, they say, is to pass legislation if Democrats retake full control of Congress. See, here's the problem. All this could have been done soon as Biden got into office. As they said, you have it, you draw the bill up, you sign it, it's done. Same thing when Biden was in there. When Biden's like, we're going to do the student loan relief, right? He's talking about, oh, we got to wait for this, we got to wait for that. As everybody said, no, you sign it and you pass it, it's done. You dig?
Maddie, what's your viewpoint? She
I don't
said,
even talk about politics. I don't even get into that because everyone's going for vote for her because she's a woman, as you said. A lot of people do that, or vote for her because she's black. She's not black. Like I hear it all. Fuck Trump. He's racist. He's this. He's that. I'm like, I don't. It's not something I care to look into.
I'm gonna be flat out honest with the both of y'all. I don't give I clearly don't give a fuck about either or. I don't.
Exactly, I don't either.
It's just something. It's for me. It's something. It's no. It. You know what? I'm not talking about so much as politics because we already know how Donald Trump is. Like good, bad, different. We all of because he's on TV. He likes attention, and even if 80% of this is true, there's another 10% that we might not know. Who knows and who really fuck at this particular point?
Hey, well, I got something for you. So, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's also on the ballot, 34% of voters support Robert F. Kennedy Jr. during this upcoming presidential election. So now I talked to my mother about this. She's older, she's in her 80s, and she said to me, "Kennedy's just too radical." So I'm like, I said, who are you gonna vote for? And I already knew the answer. But I asked my mother, I said, "Are you voting for her because she's a woman, and also you voting for her because she's a black woman?" And my mother, well, boy, I said, "Don't fall for the okie doke like you did with Obama. Just because they're brown skinned don't mean jack squat." And I said, "Mom, this is the same woman who sits there and is black when it's convenient. BWIC, black when it's convenient. Because she will code switch on your ass in a heartbeat to pander to the people. Am I right or am I wrong?"
Right.
I mean, we've seen it already.
Yeah.
I think we need to get back to a place where we can just govern ourselves. Like I had a conversation about this with my homeboy. Like, we rely so much on the government for the food, for all of this. I wouldn't mind. You know what? I wouldn't mind having a female president. I wouldn't. I don't care what your color or race is. But then at the end of the day, if you are going to be, if you are going to be in the presidency, don't get fooled for shit. Because then when she turn around and let's say she do win, and y'all give her y'all votes, y'all gonna be pissed off if they turn around and say the first female president, and then niggas like us is just gonna be like, well, we told y'all what it was gonna possibly be, could be. I just said be right. I'm saying it now. I'm not saying I'm gonna be right about it, but let's just be fair for right now. Like, everybody gonna fall for the okie doke. We already fall for the okie doke every year, every time, and it don't matter. Hey, bro, you could have brought Sarah Palin back, nigga.
Hey, but Thomas, but you know, because you were part of the lives that we were doing on analytical concepts when we talked about vote local. Your local vote is what matters the most.
And that's true too.
Nobody knows how to vote. They don't get it. It goes beyond Democrat and Republican. Because here's the thing: let's say the Republicans say, "Hey, this is the policy we want to roll out," but at the end of the day, the black community, y'all are going to get more than you've ever gotten before. And then let's just say they actually act on it before they even roll out the policy. You know, that's how you know people don't vote with logic. They vote with pure emotion.
I guess all of us are emotional creatures, man. All I know is this. And all I want to say is,
Hold on a sec. No, you vote, but you look and see who else is on the ballot, and you do your due diligence and you research to see what that other person's policies are in comparison to what the other two are. Because that's the switch in base. Is if you sit and talk about one person, it takes the focus off of everybody else. If you're educated and you don't fall for the okie doke, then you.
And that's the thing. No one researches anything. It's rare. People just vote for what they see or what they think they hear.
Hold on one sec. Hold on. Keep talking. I'm gonna address. I'm gonna talk to the boss lady over here. I can still hear y'all.
Okay.
He's in the boss lady.
Yes, that's how you're supposed to. I think that's how it is. When people vote, you don't find a lot of people voting and researching. They don't research. They just vote because, oh, she's this, or she's a female, or let's vote for Trump because of whatever. They just, by visual, they just think, okay, I'm going to believe what they say. They don't really do no research. That's how it is.
But see, that be everybody's downfall. And I feel like that's what keeps us down. Because we're not paying attention to shit.
We're not.
We're basically sheep being led to the slaughter. We get sold off for. We get cut up. We get cut for our wool, and then we get slaughtered for our meat, and then the process is just continuous, and it don't matter, bro. Like there's okay, let's just take race out of the equation. It's still the fact that there's no equality, bro. The same way it's fucked up, but everybody's getting fucked up by the police. It just so happens that they show a lot more of us getting killed on TV. And the fucked up part is we get shown getting killed on TV and we absolutely don't do anything about it. Everyone's going to be on some kumbaya. And that's all right if you're that type of person. If you're that type of peaceful person that would rather pray than to fight, that's cool. Look, listen, you got the streets and you got the sidewalk. I'm gonna tell you now, I'm built for the porch. Nigga, I'm built for the porch. I'll hold the whole entire porch down for you. But I'm not I'm not, and not unless I absolutely have to. I'm not jumping off the porch, bro. Because until I see other motherfuckers start learning to jump off the porch, I'm not jumping off the porch and get myself killed for what? To be a martyr for what? Every year it's the same shit. We
every
always see a
election year,
every election year. Listen, fucking
every
election
4
year,
years.
it's a toll. It's a toll every year. It's like if you don't hit this particular plateau of a number, certain shit's gonna happen. You're just not gonna have a good year.
Yeah, facts.
And some
Facts.
people don't believe in energies and frequencies and all of that shit. But that kind of has a little bit to do with it too. And I'm not gonna get too deep into that because
That's another. Yeah, it's another show.
look, that's kung fu grip. That's too much. But the point
that's
that's being made is that's you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother fight for a whole nother day. The point is, and what I was saying, I'm not against any woman being president. I want to see a woman president.
Not against it.
I'm not against it. I want to see a woman president. And quite frankly, I really think I care what they look like. You know what? I kind of want that internet picture. You know what I'm saying? Like that internet picture to walk up into the White House. And she talking about something. I'm looking for me. I missed the first president. Niggas be at the door. Don't turn it into a circus show. But seriously, I wouldn't mind that.
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from.
But I don't look. If you're going to pander to my race or pander to my race through what other people stereotype me as, then bro, you can have it. I don't want it. And if you're too blind to see it, you mean to tell me you had to put Megan Thee Stallion put a nigga in jail? That should tell you something. You mean to tell me I had to call up a bitch who put a nigga in jail and I put niggas in jail? And you mean to tell me we got together? But bro, nobody's gonna think about the symbolism in that.
No, they're not. See, but that's what I mean.
Maybe I'm reaching. But look, you don't sit up. Why are you trying to show America how to twerk? You know why you show America how to twerk? Because you're trying to show everybody else how to motherfucking be distracted from whatever the fuck it is that's going on. Point blank period. And I'm not paying attention to Trump. I don't even give a fuck about his little 50 Cent trial where he pretended to get shot in the ear like nobody cares, bro.
Yeah.
You got here.
First and foremost, man, look, we know what that's about. We knew what that was about. If you got your ear clipped by that kind of gun and that round coming from that gun, your ear should be missing damn near. You walking around here with a full ear. Second of all, I'm gonna say this. Here's my issue with this whole presidential election in the first place, is the fact that everybody knows the two main candidates. Everybody knows their track record. Everybody knows the track record. So you got to sit there.
Everybody knows the track record. Hold on, pause. Because you say it like everybody knows their track record. There's people who research their track record, and then there's people who just guess and just go with the mass. It ain't no. Listen, I ain't start really paying attention to her shit until I really had to pay attention to her shit and be like, who am I gonna go vote for? Because it's just entertaining to me at this point. But if I'm gonna go vote for somebody, because one thing people don't understand is we can do all of this voting, but if you don't understand what an electoral college is, then
right. But the thing is, people do know Harris's people. The people that sit there and know, and there's people that know. There's people that know a little bit. There's people that don't know much at all. Those that know it all are like, okay, I don't mind having a woman president in, but I have a problem with someone who's not going to actually say, this is my agenda for the people moving forward. Where we get stuck as a people, a good portion is, man, well, she says she black, what's she going to do for us? Politics doesn't work that way. Now, I understand a lot of folks are still pissed off because it's her and Biden, the Asian community had it rough for 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks. They get an anti-crime bill, an anti-hate bill in place for them.
Wait.
Now, and that's where a lot of people are pissed off about. It's like, hey, I don't know, man. After a while, I'm just like, screw it. I'm gonna do my due diligence and go and keep Googling, researching, finding out who's who and what's what. I'm gonna go when I go to the polls. I'm gonna make the choice that I need to make, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it again. If you don't even leave your house to vote, you can't fucking say shit to me about who I vote for and who I like and don't like. If you've never voted a day in your life, shut the fuck up. If you have not even gone out to your local elections and say, hey, this is who I want to run this ward. This is who I want as a senator and a congressman. This is who I want for mayor and governor. Please sit out, have a seat, go do what the fuck you do. I'll let you be in your lane. I'll be in my lane, and peace be still.
Yeah.
Go in that. Go wade in the water. Go dip yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
I hear you say that all the time. I want to ask you what that means, but I'm just like, you know.
If you watch Purple Rain, no. If you watch the movie Purple Rain, he made Vanity, well, Apollonia go dip herself in the water, you know, for some silly ass shit, and he was like, that ain't really the lake. Point I'm making is that at the end of the day, man, everybody gets emotionally attached because she's a woman. Hey, go for it. Hey, a woman can do the job as a president, and I'm not saying she can't. My problem is that you're black when it's motherfucking convenient.
And I think that's where I'm going with it, more or less. I don't so much as hate the woman, but it's don't play on race. Don't play on race when it's convenient. And I think a lot of times that's what happens. It's like I don't know, man. It happens too often.
It does. Happens way too often, man. But like I said, this is where we get as a melanated community. A lot of us get sucked in to the whole. They said they're gonna do this for us. Okay, so you vote Democrat. Every year they tell you what they're gonna do, and every 4 years you go out and vote, and the funding for your schools it decreases each year. Programs for the elderly, programs for housing, they take a cut. Middle class shit. Didn't the last president, didn't Obama say when he was in office they're gonna bring back the middle class? That shit didn't happen. We know everybody all over there. I love Trump because he gave us stimulus checks. You freaking idiots. This is why we have the inflation, because they printed up too much money and now the money has no value. The American dollar has no value. Pay attention to why they want these forever wars to keep happening, because if we're forever in these little conflicts and skirmishes, the American dollar stays at its peak. It's not that simple. It's not that hard. It's simple. It's not hard. It ain't that hard to figure it out. Everybody's a Marxist. Everybody wants to. They're low key communists. They make their money from communism, and tell us it's bad. Man, come on, man. Everybody at some point in time got to get up off the couch and go do some shit.
Listen, not everybody feel that way.
No, I know everybody ain't feeling that way, but the same folks that sit up there complain about who's in office, don't do shit locally to vote locally to sit there and start changing shit. And then on top of that, if you don't, Thomas, what's one of the things we used to talk about on the lives that even if you didn't jump in, you listen. What's the one of the things that we talk about is learn how to invest in that stock market. Go get some crypto. Go do your due diligence. So hold on. So I'm gonna break this down. So one of the things that Kennedy is talking about here is Bitcoin and blockchain are essential to human human freedom. So if they sit there and start taxing your earnings from Bitcoin and crypto, because it's unregulated. So think about it. If your coins, that if they take an upswing, you can have a couple $100 one morning, wake up the next morning, you're a millionaire or a billionaire. They don't want nobody to have that financial freedom.
Isn't that what happened? You remember a while back I told you about watching this movie called Dumb Money, and it was about the GameStop and how that dude was watching it for the longest time.
Yeah,
he ended up picking up on money.
Yep. Yeah. Now imagine millions of Americans wake up one day. They become 100,000-aires. They become millionaires, 100 millionaires. They hit $1 billion. All of a sudden, the 1% ain't the 1% anymore. The field is now flipped. So now we have control over what land we buy, what we invest in, what we eat, who's going to grow it. You know what I'm saying?
Then they've been saying that cryptocurrency was going to be the way. So I Maddie, I need about $50 in crypto money. All right, I need it by tomorrow. Please and thank
you. Funny.
Maddie, I'll send you my Zelle. I'm all jokes. I just get passionate about this stuff because every election, let's go back to Hillary and Trump running. Who was the dark horse? Bernie. When they got to debating, Bernie spanked the living shit out of Hillary. Thunder. And then remember Trump was up there, I want him, and his people were like, no, you don't. No, you don't. He's going to annihilate you. He's going to literally fuck your world up, Don, and he knows about you. And the thing is, I'm going to talk some shit about Trump because here's the thing. This motherfucker had been hanging around rappers since the late 80s, early 90s. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So who's the biggest panderer out of him and Harris? Him. Then he gets in office and I'm gonna donate money to the HBCUs. I've done more for black people than any president ever. Okay, Don, you did not come through. You didn't come through the middle class neighborhoods and talk to the people who make up the middle class. What's left of it, you went to them. You didn't come to those who survived this bullshit from the Bush era. You didn't come talk to us. Now I know in my state here in Rhode Island, the former governor, she's a congressman. She sits down there in D.C. Gina Raimondo. She basically told Trump, "Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. Fuck your money. We're a sovereign state. We don't really need you. But one thing you ain't gonna do is you ain't gonna bully me." And that's what he is. That's what he does. He talks shit. Look at you. You're slow. Look at you. You're a female and you're dumb. And you're black and dumb. Look at you. Hey, Puerto Rico, get flooded again. Here's some paper towel for you. Deuces. Oh yeah, let's talk about his other bullshit. They had the race riot down there in Virginia. Dude drove the car through the crowd. Did he come out there and address anybody? No.
I'm mad with the whole paper towel thing, though. Like,
I saw that.
Yeah. Now I work. Now what's funny is you talked about this that this election is dividing people again. That election divided the whole hospital I worked at. I literally got to see people's true colors. I had nurses talking shit to my guards, talking about you need to go back to school. You need to have more than a high school education if you're gonna vote. And I had to tell a few of these fucking sucker ass bitch ass hoes, hey bitch, what's like you fucking funky ass bitch. The only reason why you got your job is because you sucking dick on the low. Get the fuck out of here. Pardon my French. Low key. Like
no,
how
we
you
know
gonna sit up
about
there?
it. Ain't that right
Nah,
there?
for real. You had to tell him first things first. You don't, let him get in there. I said, once when he gets in there, he's gonna be telling y'all what to do with your vaginas and how many babies you can have. Oh, don't, as I said, don't get sexually assaulted and get pregnant because this motherfucker's gonna tell you, oh no, you can't have that abortion. What you think this is? I'm gonna grab, and he told women, and these women still went out there and voted for him. I'm gonna grab you by the pussy.
Oh
Didn't he
yeah.
say that shit with pride? Didn't he say that shit with his chest? Hold on. COVID. Didn't he tell his vice president, Mike Pence, what the fuck are you doing calling the governors? He said, it's my damn job. Why do you think him and Pence are on the outs? Because Pence finally said, oh shit, I can't live this lie. I already got a bounty on my head for the way I fucked up Indiana with the AIDS shit. Now we sit up here, let's bring it back full circle. Let's bring it back to Miss Oakland herself. I went to Howard. Good fucking for you. Good for you, Miss Harris. You went to Howard, but the people of California say, fuck you. You sucked at your job. So like I said to you when we started this thing, how come ain't nobody coming for Joe Brown for saying what he said about it? He was a judge. He said, I know how she got to where she got. How come ain't nobody coming for his ass? But everybody, when we voice our opinion, you just don't like her. I don't like her because her track record fucking sucks. And she ain't, and this is the only vice president I've seen where it kind of disappeared. And only reappears, oh, hey, I'm on the ballot. Hey, how y'all doing? We saw more Mike Pence during Trump's first run than we saw Harris. Am I right?
Wait, who? You said Mike Pence?
Yeah, we saw more vice president with Trump's former vice president.
Yeah.
And the one thing I give him credit for is when he told Trump, I'm doing my job. I'm calling the mayors and the governors to let them know how we're gonna move forward with this COVID shit. Now, I will say everybody got their stick. Eventually, somebody makes a good point with me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I see what you did, Trump. You want to get the HBCUs up and fully functional, but you didn't. The thing is, you didn't put the stipulation on the money to these presidents that if I see you with a new car, in fact, I want a finance report of where the money's going to fix up your campuses. How come I want to. If I was in these shoes, I'm like, all right, before I hand out this money, I want to see the conditions of your dorms. I want to see how these students are living.
Yeah.
Don't show me the athletic complex because I know it ain't been renovated since the late 80s or early 90s. Or maybe early 2000s. I want to see why Howard University, Miss Kamala Harris, didn't they just have a flood in their dorms a year and a half ago? Because the fucking pipes broke and it was shitty to begin with? Yeah, miss me with the bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. Take a sip of this water here. That's why I can't stand this politics bullshit. Got my son online arguing with strippers about politics. I gotta slap him silly sometimes, let him know I love you. But don't be arguing with everybody about politics. If you're doing your due diligence, sitting at home, Googling stuff, looking up policies, seeing what policy is the best, and making a wise decision when it comes time to hit the polls, I can't argue with a 24-year-old young man and trying to get people to wake up and understand exactly what is what and how you should vote and why you should vote.
Yeah.
My bad, man. I'm gonna shut the hell up for the rest of the evening. Y'all got this.
Are you?
You can.
Oh,
I
look,
don't
let
do
me
that.
ask you. Have you? Let me ask y'all. Have y'all seen the opening of the Paris Olympics? I don't know. I've been seeing where it's been the Last Supper, like it was mimicking the Last Supper, but it was all drag, like it was all drag and trans and all of that. Has
Yeah,
anybody seen that video?
I seen the video, and as I usually do with that stuff, go right on past it. Because if I have an opinion about it, it's the wrong opinion, and it comes off as people thinking I'm hating somebody or something.
And you know, I ain't worried about all that.
I
I
know.
feel like, listen, I feel like there's only but so much disrespect that you can honestly do, and despite people's, let me be careful. You're right. Let me be careful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Despite religious differences,
Right.
there's things that you just shouldn't. There's just certain things you just don't do. Okay, I'm not going up to a Muslim and have pork in my hand and then try to slap it across their face. I know that that's going to get my ass damn near killed. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's certain things you know not to push the envelopes
Right.
of. Why push the envelope with that? And this is heartbreaking. It's hold on. I'm gonna play something, and it's because this is what I rather.
Make me sweat, make me harder, make me.
Mm. Yeah, I saw that
Make me
video.
sway, make me.
I
Yeah.
seen that.
Listen, now let me say this before everybody gets in. Before I start asking people questions,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against anybody. You do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you do. But I feel like if a child's going, I feel like nowadays we're pushing that too much. It's being pushed too much.
Yes. Yes. It's
Not
an
against
agenda.
we're gonna start with Maddie first because I've let bro go first a
Yeah.
couple of times.
No, it's
What's
okay.
your
He has
opinion?
a lot to say.
Nope. No, you go. I want to hit. Nope. You go. New voice.
New voice. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm not saying you to push it because that's a kid. Once you're 16, 15, you should know what you like.
Yep.
I don't believe in pushing your kids to take, what is it, hormones and shit like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think you should do that as a child. 4 or 5-year-olds shouldn't do that. 4 or 5-year-olds still don't know what the hell to do with what they got.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe in a lot of stuff. They tell me I'm maybe just closed-minded, but I'm not supporting. You should either, once you're grown, you know what you want. As a kid, you don't know. That kid obviously sees a lot of stuff online
Yeah.
and hey, it's cute, it's cool, let me do it. But you also have to instill that in your kids. Like you're a man. If you like your same sex, that's cool. But you don't know that until you're older. How do you know what you like just because you're looking? I know what
Mm.
I'm attracted to. Once you grow up and you try it, some people are automatically know I'm not attracted to a woman, but they start knowing that as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in all that other stuff. You're either gay, straight, or bi. in whatever you are. If you want to be a drag, you're a drag. If you want to dress up, be a cross-dresser, be a cross-dresser. But I don't think you should change your sex. I don't think you were born of what you are. Where does it end up say God makes mistakes in what you were born into?
Ooh,
So I'm short, quick.
hey, you make a good point. I mean, like I said, having worked with kids for the last 30 years.
No, I don't work with kids. I work with my kids. I
Yeah,
got 4 kids.
okay. Well,
2 and 2. You know,
two
2
and
and
two.
2. Mhm.
I hear you. Hey, listen, I've been working with kids for the last 30 years. I got 5 of my own. Um, you know, a lot of kids are exposed to a lot of different things. Today's society, back in the 90s, remember, was, oh, well, that's because y'all placed your kid in front of the TV, so your kid was raised by TV. Now, every kid at the age of 2 or 3 got an iPhone or some type of Android device, and they're able to go on social media and watch their favorite videos. So we all know what the images are going to be implanted in their brain, and that's cerebral cortex. And they're going to feel like this is normal. And as a
Yeah.
parent, some of these parents don't check the kid. And to me, I'm gonna say this, Thomas, you've heard me say this plenty of times.
Probably
What
have.
you eat, what you eat don't make me shit, and who you don't make me come.
Mm-hmm.
And and Maddie, as you said, at a certain age, you know what you like and you know what you don't like.
Mhm.
But at that age, it's being pushed on them through the TV shows that they watch. Now, I just went to the movies Friday. Come here, Benny. I noticed we got a new addition here. A new addition to the family.
Oh.
Benny.
Hi, Benny.
Benny. Now, Rocco D is no longer for the streets. He's been rehabilitated.
Oh. Jeez.
But this is Ben, and Ben likes to bite people. He's still learning. All right, go on and play, buddy. He's a 6 a.m. guy. He likes to wake up early. But
Oh.
but real talk, we went to the movies Friday and we saw Deadpool, right?
Uh-huh.
My only thing is they pushing an agenda. All this, smacking him on the ass and grabbing his Johnson and shit, all that shit. Look, I don't know why it's got to be in the movie. Don't push that shit. And this is why people have a problem with all this, is because they're not being able to have a choice to like it or accept it. You know what I'm saying? And if you say you don't like it, you're labeled as a hater. Oh my God, you're discriminating against the gay people. No, I never said that. I just don't agree with their lifestyle, but that's who they are. And I'll say it, and I'm gonna leave it at this. As I told people from that community, I'm cool with you, you cool with me. But the moment your lifestyle begins to interrupt the way I make money, well, my friend, me and you have to have a nice talk on the outside, and I'm gonna have to tune your ass up because you're fucking with the way I make my money. Excuse me.
I done watched that video about like 4 or 5 times, and I ain't gonna lie, that jump just breaks my heart. Because on one end, it's like, yeah, a child is just trying to be, innocent and have fun, but the whole you have makeup on and everything, like
That lipstick.
lipstick, and then how the dad looked. It was for me. If you look at the video on my page, like it's the dad looking like.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's.
Well, it's because I think as a dad or me being a mom, a boy mom, I don't want to think that. I don't want to think my son's gonna come out gay.
Mm-hmm.
My
But I mean,
daughter. I mean, I think I would feel okay as a girl being a lesbian, because if you end up having a domestic, it's an equal fight, two females fighting. The same with guys, because I would be damned if my son hits a woman, but then I'll be fucked up if a man hits my daughter.
yeah. Wow.
So I mean, it's switching, but it's just, I don't know. Like, I think it's, when you raise a man, you want to raise him to be a man. You have a son, you want to raise him to be a good man, not a, my brother's gay, so I mean, I can see that, and I accept it, but you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
think it when you have them.
Yeah, it's different when it's your kids. It's different. But I can tell you from like years ago, being asked the question, "What if one of your sons says he's gay?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna love him. That's my
That's
kid. That's my kid." See, but I'm gonna go back to a live that was done a year and a half ago. That I'm not sure, Thomas. I think you might have been on that live, but I know you left at a certain point. And as we were wrapping up the live, me and Sean were the only ones left. We were getting ready to wrap up, and a person by the name of Phoenix Vuitton jumped on, and he's gay. And we asked him a simple question, and he came with the answer. Sean asked the question of, "How do you feel about the agenda being pushed?" And he said, "I fucking hate it." Because he said, "You know what it does? It makes the whole community look bad as a whole. Because it makes it look like we're pushing our lifestyle on the people, and it's not us." He said, "You got to know who's doing the agenda pushing." And he said, he said, "You didn't hear from he said, "You didn't hear from our community until like the last 15 years or so, when media was slowly and surely sneaking it into television shows." He said, "Putting it in your face." He said, "Then it pushed the whole flamboyancy. And I was like, okay." He said, "We ain't for that shit." I was like, damn, okay. So it was a good live because it went an additional like 2 hours, but it was loaded with a lot of good shit, a lot of good information, and it made me say, okay, I've already accepted you for who you are, but now I really respect you because you're like, I'm not part of that agenda push.
And that is a lot. It's a lot of gay people have said that. In the LGBT, they say that we don't push it. We just wanted equality. We wanted to be able to have a family and be able to get married and live peacefully.
Yep. That and like I said, where they want to live their life, that's how you want to live your life. I don't have a problem with you.
Nope.
But once again, it comes down to being able to. Now, I don't want to jump off the topic, but being able to open up that third eye, being able to, as they said, I don't know. We're all ages, but I know at one time.
What happened?
I was saying that
Sounds bad.
Yeah, no,
my
you got out.
Wi-Fi was acting twitchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I was just saying that, like, we don't have to like everything, because everything ain't for us. If it's for somebody else, hey man, shit, go, hey, rock on, do you? I ain't mad at you, but that's your lifestyle. My lifestyle's over here. You do you, I'm doing do me.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it should be. Don't try me, I won't try you. That's pretty much how I feel.
Yes, sir.
Push your don't. I don't care who you are. I'll give you the same respect that you would want me. That I would want from you. The only thing I'm asking you is just don't try me. Just don't
Yep.
try me. I don't.
Don't tread on me,
I wish
man.
whatever it is you looking for, but I'm not it. And he ain't
Mm-hmm.
it. He ain't it. And they ain't like.
Yeah. Don't tread on me. Don't. That's my thing. Don't Don't disrespect me.
Right.
That's
You
it.
know?
That's all I can ask you for. That's it. I don't want to be disrespected. Not only just not being disrespected, like I don't. Yeah, just don't disrespect. It will be
Yeah.
all.
Because there's really no need for it.
Mm-mm.
There's no need for it.
No.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
It, I don't know. It's like
What else?
every day there's something that's being added on. There's just like some bullshit that's being added on. But
But
it is for what.
it
It
is.
is.
It is. But you know, Thomas, man, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors up in this bitch.
Very true. Very true. I'm listen. I smoke and I look in the mirror every day. Okay, and what I see is how
Oh
my
man.
every time. Okay, every time. No, no, man. But it's smoke and mirrors, and it's a dog and pony show, man. Like
Say that shit, man. Say it.
it's crazy, but we all got to get it together at some point. We all have to get it together. It's getting out of hand. Just got to get it together, get it figured out.
Yep.
So we're going to end off with closing remarks, if anybody has any. Maddie,
Mm-mm.
she said, "Mm-mm."
Mm.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna be trying to get Maddie on here a little bit more often. This is actually her little first podcast, so I kind of
Yes.
Hey.
thank my dog. Thank my dog for coming on there.
Oh, come on,
Um,
man.
Maybe next time I have my
Mike,
camera on.
Hey, Maddie, you have Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, well, Thomas will tell you. Occasionally, I go live. The page I normally go live from is called Analytical Concepts. That's analytical_concepts. More
yeah,
than welcome. If you see me go live, you're more than welcome to join in, voice your opinion. You know, state your piece.
Right.
you got too much peace, not enough anger. Ain't that right, Maddie? You got too much
Huh?
peace and not enough anger. I said you got too much peace and not
Peace and
enough
not
anger.
enough anger. I've had enough anger.
Mm-hmm.
I just learned how to live peacefully with it.
Very good.
You and Anger are friends. Hey, I'm gonna leave off on something. So as we've been sitting here talking, I looked up RFK Jr.'s his policies.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
police reform. Recruit police from the neighborhoods they serve. Don't make police do jobs they aren't trained for. Increase funding for mental health professionals, accompanying police to help de-escalate citizens in non-violent mental health crisis. Commission to root out systemic bias from the federal to the local levels. Ending civil forfeiture by making seizure assist from citizens illegal without due process. That's this one, justice for black farmers. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will end USDA discrimination against black farmers and protect current landowners from further land loss. Prison reform. Expand reintroduction to the community for nonviolent offenders and dismantle the school to prison pipeline by ending suspensions being added to criminal records. That's just a couple of them. He talks about student debt relief. As president, RFK Jr. will push to make student debt dischargeable in bankruptcy and move to cancel student debt. And the one in addressing the black mental health crisis, healthcare crisis. This is the stuff that I love. But I ain't gonna stay on here too long because you know why? I know you want to wrap it up. And I know Thomas and Maddie, if you want to join me on Instagram real quick, feel free, because that's why I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on my analytical concepts page and just
I
talk
got
about
you,
this.
bro.
All right.
I'll jump on there in a second. Well,
All
I
right.
do want to thank you both for joining me. Maddie,
Appreciate it.
as always, you know you my dog. I'm gonna holler at you in a second.
All right.
Big bro, I'm gonna see you on the analytical concepts in a few.
All right.
Everybody who's viewing, thank y'all for
Thank
joining
you.
in. And until the next time, we'll be seeing you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.